Hey guys, Javino here, and as you've probably heard by now, the trailer for the new Resurrection Black Ops map pack has not officially been released, but from what I've heard, it was listed as unlisted on the Call of Duty channel, and it was tweeted by Nuckfuggets, and the link just exploded. It went viral after that. So I pulled whatever screenshots I thought had some importance with the new Moon map, and I skipped over the classic maps because thousands of people have played them, even more than that have seen them. If you really care that much, there's hours of footage on YouTube, go search it up. But without further ado, let's start with the pictures. Now this first picture here, not very big, it just shows you that the quick revive is in the top left, so that implies that this is the starting room, because the quick revive is always in the starting room. Now this second picture, you'll see in the top left up there, down the hall, there is a stamina machine, so a stamina up is confirmed on this map. Now this picture here is of a developer working, but the main focus is this monitor in the top right. You'll see that it's wave 1 is starting, that he has 500 points, so you can assume that this is what it's going to look like when you start. But I have a little detail to add to that fact, but we'll get to that in a later picture. Now this is, it looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look like the moon, which is kind of what confuses me. You'll see there's a teleporter in the back there, which I don't know, but if you look in the top left, it's way too bright to be the moon. It's way too sunny, so I'm assuming that this might actually be the Earth. Now, again, I'm going to talk about this in a later picture, but I'm thinking, because if you look in the top left there, there's the American flag, and there's a teleporter, so you might be able to teleport to Earth. And this next picture here just kind of shows what happens when you shoot a zombie with the wave gun. His face starts glowing all red and stuff, and he turns into a big marshmallow and explodes. This picture here shows what it looks like to be holding the wave gun, and it kind of shoots a purple mist. Well, not really mist, kind of just a purple burst at them. And yeah, as I said, they start glowing. Their faces start glowing red, and they get all puffy and explode. And also pay attention on the wave gun. You'll see there's an 87 there, kind of in the middle. And also another thing to note is you'll see the quick revive in the background, which is really weird because the atmosphere has changed. It's gotten a lot foggier than that previous picture I showed you. But yeah, that's about all I can pull from this picture. Now this is just a quick picture of Nikolai holding the wave gun. And here I've pulled a few pictures of, they were showing these zoomed out pictures of just kind of the moon surface, and I saw some box spots, so I'm just going to put these on here. Now, it looks like there actually might be 2 box spots here, so I'm thinking this is during a fire sale. You'll see the one in the crater there, and the one which I'll actually give you a closer shot of by the big saw thing. And here's the one by the big saw thing. And here's the one in the... This one actually looks like it might be in the biodome, which is that big bubble. Now, here's a picture showing that the death machine will be in this map, which I assumed. I think they only pulled it for Shangri-La just because it was a really kind of old temple. They wanted to give it, I don't know, some kind of ancient effect, no high-tech stuff. Now, this is the reason I wanted you to pay attention to the 87. There's this picture of these 2 guns, and they seem to work like the Wonder Waff. You shoot it, and it's got a bunch of screen distortion and stuff, but from what it looks like, it's an electric-powered gun. Now, look on the right one. You'll see that 87 there. So I actually got this theory from my friend Matt. You may know him as MC Sportshawk. But yeah, he's like, hey, wait a second. That actually looks like the wave gun pulled in half. And yes, you'll see that that 87 that was on the gun is also on this right half. So I'm thinking that, I don't know, I'm not sure how they're going to do that, because there's enough controls packed onto the controller as there is, but they might have taken out like aim down sight or something and made it so that it switches the gun to this dual pistol mode or something, but I don't really have more than that on the subject. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Now here, this is what I was referencing in those previous pictures. This does not look like the moon. Ignore all the blue lines and stuff. That's developer stuff saying where zombies are gonna go and stuff like that. But that does not look like the moon. That is way too bright and sunny. It looks like Earth atmosphere. You see like a warehouse or barn in the background, and in the top left a big American flag, or the bottom half of what is one. So that's why I'm thinking you might actually be able to go to Earth. And I've actually heard chatter before the map came out about starting or being able to go to Area 51, which is in Nevada, if you didn't know. And my friends and I just dismissed that as a rumor, but with these pictures, I don't know. But the one strange thing is he has a Colt. It looks like he has 500 points. So I don't know. It almost looks as if he's starting here. But we saw he also started on the moon. So I'm wondering how you could possibly start in these two different places. It really doesn't make sense. Which is, I don't know, it's kind of boggling my mind at the moment. So, yeah, I don't know. I really can't give you much more detail than that. It's really confusing. Now, this next picture, it has two focus points. Now, the main one here is that you're in an elevator and these doors actually close later in the trailer. So, an elevator is going to be a method of transport. But the second one is that they're actually, if you'll notice, there's a Nova 6 zombie. So, they're obviously bringing back Nova 6 zombies, which really doesn't make me that happy, because those things are really freaking annoying, and I can imagine most people feel that way about them, but hopefully they don't become that much of an annoyance. Now, this one was harder to pick up. If you look around the edge of the screen, you'll see kind of a frosty effect that they had in Call of the Dead. So I'm thinking that, I don't know, there might be spots where you can, because the moon's really cold, right? So I'm thinking there might be spots you can actually freeze. Now, keep this picture in mind when I go show you the loading screen. There's actually a picture of the loading screen for the map, and it talks about like space ice and stuff. You can't really see that much, but I'll just keep this in mind for that picture. Now this is the featured method of transport for this map. They spent a lot of time talking about this, but these pads with the yellow lights, these are jump pads, and it appears that when you run onto it, it'll launch you to the next one in the sequence. So it seems like just another free method of transport. Now, whether the zombies can follow you or not, I really have no idea. I don't think they showed any zombies running onto them. Now here, this is the loading screen I was talking about. On the right side, you got the traditional comic book, but on the left side, you got this page of what are supposed to be ads, but they're all zombie-related things, because you got like Speed Cola, you got the Thunder Gun, you got what they call the V device, which is the golden rod, or the Vajra, if you actually know what that is. And you got the Pack-a-Punch. You got the control panel, which looks like the thing from Ascension that was on top of the landers. And there's probably lots of stuff. Hopefully you can read the small text in the actual loading screen, because I can imagine that it'll be quite interesting. Freaking brine shrimp and stuff on there. And the right side, I don't really understand what that means. They got like little waves, little yellow stuff in the first frame, and it says meanwhile, and then it just shows people walking around on the moon. So I don't really know what that yellow stuff is, but yeah, we'll see when the map comes out. One other thing I'd like to point out is the paper behind the comic book on the left side. It looks like that ad page, but it's darker. And I don't know, they showed it in Shangri-La too, but I assumed it had to do with this map, but they still didn't show it in this map, and this is the Lost Zombie map, so I'm kind of confused. Maybe they're going to bring it back in the next Treyarch Call of Duty or something like that, but I don't know. It's boggles me. I don't even know if you can say that, to be honest. Now, this picture, there's a couple things I'd like to point out. The first thing is that there's the power switch on the right, so this is where the power switch is going to be. On the left side, you'll see what actually looks to be the mainframe, because on Derice, that's what the mainframe looked like, only it was actually on the floor. So, yeah, you might actually have to link teleporters up to that. Also, in the back, you can see that there actually is a teleporter, so that teleporter might be a shortcut and allow you to jump the wall there, or something along those lines. This may also have something to do with that Earth subject I was talking to you about. You might be able to teleport down to Earth or something like that. Maybe that's where you pack a punch. Who knows? Now, this next picture here is kind of the developer's map of the map. Now, it's really hard to kind of understand what's going on because it's all pink and blue and stuff. But if anyone can pull any information from this, then kudos to you. Also, there's a little kind of picture on the right of the map itself, but I didn't really see anything of importance in there. This picture here is not really that important to just show some Nova 6 zombies and the MP5 on the wall behind it. And this is a very important picture here. This picture shows the new perk. Now, it seems to be a picture, the emblem itself seems to be a picture of 3 pistols. And I know in my last video, I might have made a mistake. I said it probably doesn't have anything to do with like 3 weapons or anything like that. But from looking at this, it actually looks like it might give you a 3rd weapon or something like that. So I'm not sure how that would work, but I guess we'll see. I can imagine that would be really glitchy, but again, depends how they implement it. And that's about it, all I pulled from this trailer. Now, since this is behind the scenes trailer, we're probably going to see an actual Moon trailer, because this was just the Resurrection behind the scenes trailer. So, yeah, we're probably going to see a Moon specific trailer, which is going to have a lot more information. I'm surprised they didn't actually say anything about the QED, the quantum entanglement device. I guess they're saving that for the next trailer. But until then, stay tuned and thanks for watching. See you guys.